My brother stalked my wife for months and my mom helped him. When we moved away, he broke into our house to take her. Hi, 30 minutes need a vent and get advice about my family situation. This is going to be long as there's lots of background needed. My wife Angela 28 Fahrenheits and I have been married for 5 years now. We met through mutual friends at a party and hit it off immediately. After dating for 6 months, we decided to get married as everything felt right. Looking back, maybe we should have waited longer, so Angela could understand my family dynamics better, but we were in love and didn't want to wait. Some background about my family. I grew up with my mom Gabby, 55 Fahrenheits, older sister Lisa, 32 Fahrenheits, and younger brother Jack, 27 minutes. Our dad passed away when I was 12, Jack was 9 and Lisa was 14 to dad's death. Mom focused all her attention on Jack. She said he needed extra care since he was the youngest and lost his dad at such a tender age. Lisa and I basically raised ourselves while Mom dedicated herself to Jack's every need. Jack has always been Mom's favorite child, but it got worse after Dad died growing up. He got everything he wanted while I had to work part-time jobs from age 16 to buy basic things. Even when Jack dropped out of college after 2 semesters because he found it boring, Mom supported him, saying college wasn't for everyone. She owns a successful restaurant and let Jack work there as a manager, even though he has no experience or skills. He still lives with Mom rent-free and she handles all his expenses. I moved out at 18 despite Mom's protests. She said I was abandoning the family, but I needed to get away from their toxic dynamic. I put myself through college with scholarships and part-time jobs, got a computer science degree, and now work as a software engineer at a good company. Mom never appreciated my achievements. According to her, I got lucky with computers while Jack has real-world business experience from running her restaurant. When I met Angela at my friend's party, it was like everything clicked into place. She's smart, kind, and works as a graphic designer. She moved here from another country for work 5 years ago, so her family isn't around. After 6 months of dating, we got married in a small ceremony. My family, especially Mom and Jack, weren't happy about the quick marriage but attended anyway. Looking back, I noticed red flags but ignore them. During our engagement, Jack showed unusual interest in Angela. He would always ask about her, and tried to join us whenever we went out. Once he even showed up at a restaurant during our date, claiming he was there by coincidence. I thought he was just being friendly and wanted to know his future sister-in-law better. After marriage, Angela wanted to live near family since her parents were in another country. We bought a house just 15 minutes from Mom's place. That's when things started getting weird. Jack began visiting our house frequently, always when I was at work. At first I was happy that my brother and wife were getting along. However, Angela started acting strange whenever Jack's name came up. Last month, Angela finally told me that Jack made her uncomfortable. He would try to sit too close to her, touch her hand while talking, or make comments about how beautiful she was. Once he even brought her expensive perfume as a gift. She felt awkward but didn't want to create problems as she was new to the family. I confronted Jack about this and he laughed it off, saying Angela was like a sister to him and I was being paranoid. Things came to head last week during Sunday dinner at Mom's place. Mom made all of Angela's favorite dishes, which was suspicious as she had never made this much effort before. Everything was going fine until Mom started talking about marriage and relationships. She said Angela would have been perfect for Jack. According to her, Jack needed someone organized and ambitious like Angela to get his life on track. I was shocked, but before I could say anything, Jack joined in saying how he wished he had met Angela before me. When I started to protest, Mom cut me off, saying she was just making conversation. Jack kept staring at Angela the whole time with this weird smile. Angela looked like she was about to cry. We left immediately despite Mom's protests. When we got home, Angela broke down and told me everything. For months, Mom and Jack had been trying to convince her that she married the wrong brother. When she was alone with them, they would tell her I would never be able to give her the life she deserved as I was too focused on work. Jack promised her he would treat her like a queen. If she left me, Mom even offered to help her financially if she divorced me and married Jack. She said Jack would give Angela partial ownership of the restaurant, something I could never provide. I was furious and called Mom and Jack immediately to confront them. Mom acted innocent at first but then defended herself, saying she only wanted what's best for both her sons. She thought Angela could help Jack become more responsible, while I could find someone more career-oriented like myself. To my shock, Jack didn't even deny his feelings for Angela. He said I rushed her into marriage before she could explore her options. He really believed Angela had feelings for him because she was always nice to him. I told them to stay away from us and block them everywhere. Lisa called me later saying I was overreacting and breaking Mom's heart. She said it was just a mother's concern for her younger son, and I should understand Mom wants all her children to be happy, but I know better. They were actively trying to destroy my marriage. Angela is traumatized by all this. She keeps apologizing for not telling me sooner, but I told her none of this is her fault. She was trying to handle it herself to keep peace in the family. We're thinking of moving to another city where I have better job opportunities. Anyway, I already have a few interviews lined up next week. I just can't believe my own family would do this to me. Growing up, I accepted being the less favorite child. I accepted that Mom and Jack would never acknowledge my achievements, but trying to steal my wife. That's a whole new level of betrayal. Am I overreacting? Should I give them another chance? Angela says she never wants to see them again, and honestly, I agree with her. I feel betrayed by my own blood. Edit. Thank you everyone for your support. Many asked why Angela didn't tell me sooner. She said Mom and Jack were subtle at first, making casual comments about how she and Jack would make a good couple. She thought they were just joking. It got serious only recently when they started actively trying to convince her to leave me. Update 1: Things have gotten much worse since my last post. A lot has happened, and I need to vent for all your helpful comments. I took the job offer in the new city. We moved last week, thinking distance would solve our problems. We were terribly wrong. The move itself was stressful. We didn't tell anyone except Lisa about our new address because I got the job through her husband who works at the same company. We thought we could trust her. Lisa seemed understanding of our situation and even helped us find a good house in a nice neighborhood. The day after we moved in, while we were still unpacking, Jack showed up at our front door. Angela saw him first through the window and started shaking. We were shocked and scared because we hadn't told anyone where we lived. Kept ringing the doorbell and banging on the door, begging Angela to talk to him alone. He said he just wanted 5 minutes with her. When we didn't open the door, he started crying loudly in our front yard. He was shouting about how Angela was making a huge mistake, staying with me, how he could love her better than I ever could. Our new neighbors came out to see what the commotion was about. It was humiliating. I called the police, but Jack left before they arrived. The police took our statement but said they couldn't do much unless he threatened us directly. They advised us to document everything and file for a restraining order if his behavior continued. That night, Angela found dozens of messages from fake social media accounts. All were from Jack saying things like how much he loved her, how they were meant to be together, and how he would wait forever for her. In some messages he described what Angela was wearing that day, which means he had been watching our house. He even mentioned specific things she did, like getting the mail or watering the plants. Angela was terrified. She immediately deleted all her social media accounts, but Jack kept finding ways to contact her. Mom called the next day crying hysterically. She said Jack was depressed and had stopped eating. She blamed Angela for leading Jack on, saying Angela gave him hope by being nice to him and smiling at him. When I pointed out how ridiculous that sounded, she said I never understood how sensitive Jack was. According to her, Angela should have been cold and rude to Jack from the start if she wasn't interested in him. I later found out Lisa had given our new address to Mom and Jack. When I confronted her, she broke down crying and admitted everything. She said, Mom convinced her that Jack just wanted to apologize to Angela and make things right. She thought she was helping the family reconcile. Lisa now realizes how wrong she was and has cut contact with Mom and Jack. Lisa also told me something disturbing. Apparently, Jack had been taking pictures of Angela without her knowledge when she visited Mom's house. He has an entire folder of her pictures on his phone. Some were from family gatherings, but many were taken secretly when Angela was doing normal things like helping in the kitchen or sitting in the garden. Lisa found out when she borrowed Jack's phone last week and saw the folder accidentally. The harassment got worse. Jack started sending letters and gifts to Angela's workplace. Her CO workers had to start screening her mail. Once he even followed her from office to the grocery store, staying a few feet behind her the whole time. Angela called me crying from the store bathroom. I had to leave work early to pick her up. Angela's having severe anxiety attacks now. She jumps at every small noise and doesn't want to go anywhere alone. She's taking time off work because she's afraid of running into Jack. We've installed security cameras around our house, and Angela has informed her workplace about the situation. They've been very supportive and have banned Jack from entering the building. I'm documenting everything for legal purposes, saving his messages, recording calls, keeping the gifts and letters, and noting down every incident with date and time. This isn't just family drama anymore. It's clearly harassment and stalking. Mom still thinks we're overreacting. She calls me daily saying Jack is just lovesick and needs time to get over Angela. She wants us to move back so we can all work this out as a family. When I suggested Jack needs professional help, she got angry and said I was trying to make Jack look crazy. She really believes his behavior is normal and romantic. I told Mom she needs to get Jack professional help or I'll have no choice but to get a restraining order. She hung up on me and has been telling relatives that I'm trying to destroy Jack's life over a simple misunderstanding. Some relatives are taking their side, saying I should be flattered that my brother likes my wife so much. It's sickening. Angela blames herself for all this, but I keep telling her none of this is her fault. She didn't do anything to encourage Jack. She was just being polite to her brother-in-law. We're both scared about what Jack might do next, since he's clearly escalating his behavior. I'm considering hiring a private security service for when I'm at work. I'll update again if anything significant happens. Right now we're just trying to stay safe and document everything for potential legal action. Edit. Many asked if we've considered moving further away. Yes, we're looking into jobs in other states, but it will take time. For now we're focusing on security and gathering evidence. Update 2. I'm writing this update from the police station at 4 a.m. What happened last night feels like a nightmare. Jack broke into our house while we were sleeping. We woke up to find him in our bedroom, just standing there watching us. We had double-checked all doors and windows before going to bed, like we do every night since Jack started stalking us. We also have security cameras, but Jack had cut the power to the house first, which disabled our security system. The police think he had been planning this for days, watching our routines and waiting for the right moment. Around 2 a.m., Angela woke up feeling something was wrong. When she opened her eyes, she saw Jack standing at the foot of our bed just staring at us. She later told me his eyes looked completely empty. When she screamed, I woke up to find Jack trying to grab her. He kept saying she needed to come with him, that he would save her from me. I jumped out of bed and fought with him while Angela called. During the struggle, Jack kept shouting that Angela belonged with him and I stole her from him. He said, Mom promised Angela would be his wife. The neighbors heard the commotion and started banging on our door, which might have spooked him because he tried to run. The police arrived just as Jack was trying to leave. They found his car parked a block away with zip ties, duct tape, a knife, and sleeping pills. They also found printed directions to a cabin 3 hours away that Mom owns. I don't even want to think about what he was planning to do. We've pressed charges and got an emergency restraining orders against both Jack and Mom. Yes, Mom too, because during questioning, Jack revealed that Mom had been helping him all along. She had been tracking Angela's routine and telling Jack when she would be alone. She had even given Jack a spare key to our house that she got from Lisa months ago when she was helping us move. Lisa finally broke down and told us everything she knew. Mom and Jack had been planning this for months. They thought if they could scare Angela enough, she would leave me and turn to Jack for protection. That's why they kept escalating the stalking. They wanted Angela to feel unsafe with me. The most shocking part was that Mom had divorce papers ready. She was going to offer Angela $200,000 and 25% ownership of her restaurant. If she agreed to divorce me and marry Jack, they had it all planned out. Once Angela left me, Jack would swoop in as her protector and savior. They really thought this would work, but it gets worse. The police found evidence on Jack's phone that he had been stalking other women before Angela. There are pending complaints against him from 2 other women who worked at Mom's restaurant. Both quit their jobs because of his harassment. Mom knew about this but covered for him every time, paying them to keep quiet. She really thought getting him married would fix his problems. Angela is currently staying with her friend while I deal with the legal stuff. She's completely broken down. Her friend tells me she wakes up screaming thinking Jack is in the room. Her therapist says she has PTSD for months of harassment. I feel guilty for not taking stronger action sooner. The police are taking this very seriously. They're building a case against both Jack and Mom. Jack is being charged with stalking, breaking and entering, and attempted kidnapping. Mom is being charged as an accessory. They are both in custody right now. Some family members are still defending Mom and Jack, saying they need mental help, not jail. But after finding out about those other women Jack stalked, I'm done listening to excuses. Lisa agrees with me. She's been helping the police, providing them with text messages and emails that show how long Mom and Jack had been planning this. I've hired a lawyer who specializes in stalking cases. We're pushing for maximum charges against both of them. The lawyer says we have a strong case, especially with the evidence found in Jack's car and the history of stalking other women. I'll update again after the legal proceedings start. Right now my priority is keeping Angela safe and getting her the help she needs to deal with this trauma. Edit. Many asked about the other women Jack stalked. I can't share details as it's part of the ongoing investigation, but they've agreed to testify against him. Update 3. The legal proceedings are finally over, and I want to give you all a final update. Jack was sentenced to 3 years in prison for stalking and attempted kidnapping. Mom got 2 years probation for aiding him. She's also required to attend counseling and can't contact us or come within 500 feet of Angela. The trial revealed disturbing details about Jack's obsession. Police found journals where he wrote about Angela daily, planning their future together. He had created fake social media accounts pretending to be Angela, where he would post as her about being unhappy in her marriage. The psychological evaluation diagnosed him with several mental health issues, but I don't want to specify them here. The 2 other women Jack stalked testified at the trial. One was a 23-year-old waitress who worked at Mom's restaurant for 6 months. The other was a 25-year-old chef who quit after just 2 months. Both had similar stories. Jack would follow them, send unwanted gifts, and show up at their homes uninvited. Mom paid them each $50,000 to keep quiet and not press charges. Mom still doesn't understand what she did wrong. At the trial, she testified that she only wanted to help Jack find happiness. She said Angela led Jack on by being nice to him. And if she hadn't been so friendly, none of this would have happened. The judge wasn't impressed with her attempts to blame the victim. Angela and I have moved to another state and started fresh. She's doing better, but still gets panic attacks when someone looks at her too long, or if a car follows us for too many turns. She's changed her appearance, cut her hair short and dyed it differently, because she's afraid Jack might try to find her when he gets out. Lisa is the only family member we're still in contact with. She testified against Mom and Jack, providing crucial evidence about their planning and previous stalking incidents. She's been genuinely remorseful about her role in giving them our address and has helped us through the entire legal process. Mom still sends messages through relatives saying she did everything for Jack's happiness. She tells everyone that Angela ruined her family by sending her precious son to jail. Last week, she tried to send Angela a letter through a cousin, begging her to visit Jack in prison because he's having a hard time there. We've blocked that cousin too. Some extended family members think I'm too harsh, that families should stick together no matter what. They say Jack needs support, not punishment, and Mom was just being a devoted mother. They didn't go through what Angela and I did. They didn't wake up to find a stalker in their bedroom. They didn't spend months looking over their shoulder everywhere they went. We're focusing on healing now. Our marriage is stronger after going through this together. Angela says she's grateful. I believed her and stood by her side. Sometimes the family you're born into isn't worth keeping. We're building our own family now, focusing on people who respect boundaries and don't try to destroy our marriage. I want to thank everyone who supported us through this. Your advice helped us take legal action before things got worse. To anyone going through something similar, don't wait, don't make excuses for family members who hurt you. Get help, document everything, and protect yourself. This will be my last update. We want to put this behind us and move forward with our lives. Stay safe, everyone. Edit. Thank you for all the kind messages. Please don't ask where we moved to. We want to keep our new location private for obvious reasons.